Hi everyone, my name is Eliza and this is Eliza's Bookshelf. Today I'm going to go over all the books that I bought in Comic-Con. San Diego Comic-Con. So I went to Comic-Con this year with my sister. It was one of the last weekends in July, and we haven't been back since like over a decade ago. We used to go with my brother because he's a huge comic book fan. He loves action figures. He collects a lot of things. And so when we were in like our early days in college, or my sister was in, when I was in college, where was she? She was in, I don't know, middle school or something like that, right? We're very young, and we would just go with my brother because he's so enthusiastic and he loves everything. So we would go with him and just have the best time. So we haven't been back for the longest time. And actually this year, when we were buying tickets last year for this year's Comic-Con, I basically was buying it because I thought my brother wanted to go and my other friend wanted to go, who were really into it more than me and my sister. So I was like, let's go, I'll buy the tickets. And it turns out like my brother couldn't go, my friend couldn't go because they didn't get their logins in time. So it was just me and my sister, who really didn't know much about Comic-Con nowadays, but we decided to go anyways because we knew it would be a fun time. Turns out there's a lot I didn't know about books in general at Comic-Con. I should have done more research. Apparently it's really big, like authors and just like book vendors and stuff like that. So there's a lot that I would do differently next year, and I'll go into that later. But I wanted to go into the books that I got. I bought a lot of books. Surprise, surprise. But I'm so excited because a lot of the times like the authors themselves were there and I got to have them personalize my books. So it was so fun. First book I got is The Spite House by Johnny Compton. So I went to a panel. It was like genre blending type of panel. I forgot what the panel was actually called, but it was all these authors that came together that have different genres inside their books, like, mystery and horror, fantasy, thriller. I don't know what the genres were, but there was Martha Wells, there was Johnny Compton, there was Holly Black, there was Katrina Ward, which I always thought it was Katriana Ward, but she's like, yeah, everyone mispronounces my name, is Katrina Ward. Someone else was there too. They sat right in the middle between Johnny and Holly Black, and I just cannot for the life of me remember who. But anyways, okay, so I bought this book because the author himself was so funny and hilarious when he answered all the questions, and just his thoughts about horror himself. He has like a really twisted mind, I guess. So I bought this book when I saw him signing books later at like, was it the tour booths? I don't know. There was a lot of book booths. It was like my fairyland basically. But I saw he was signing books, so I got one, and it's basically about this guy, Eric Ross. He's on the run from like a mysterious past with his two daughters, and he sees like an ad or something about this very haunted house that needs a caretaker, because all they need to do is stay in the house and keep a detailed record of everything that happens there, provided the house's horrors don't drive them all mad like the caretakers before them. I guess they're trying to get like evidence and stuff at the house, and they need someone to stay there and record it. But this Eric Ross guy is like, I really need the money, I guess. And so he and his two daughters are staying there, and things take a wild turn. A terrifying gothic thriller about grief and death and the depths of a father's love. So cool. I'm so excited to read this. I think I've heard like mixed reviews talking to some of my friends, but oh my gosh, when he personalized my book, it says, "To Eliza, now the house knows your name." I was like, oh shit, look at that. So cool. I love personalized book signings and things like that, but that kind of creeps me out, not gonna lie. Okay, so that's book one. The next one I got is Olivia Blake's Alone with You in the Ether. I was just walking around Mysterious Galaxy's booth and I was like, I'm not gonna buy anything, let me just look. And then bam, I bought this. And it's so crazy because I keep seeing this around, and when I read about it, I was like, I don't think I'll ever be in the mood to read this because it sounds really depressing. But when I talked to the workers there, they all said like, it's just so beautiful, you gotta read it. Alone with You in the Ether is a contemporary love story like no other, exploring the nature of love, what it means to be unwell, and how to face the fractures of ourselves and still love as if we're not broken. See? Sounds so sad. True love is just a matter of time. Yeah, I'm so happy for Olivia Blake. She seems to be doing so well. I see a lot of her books getting like redesigned and stuff like that, reprinted. And apparently she's also the author of young adult rom-com My Mechanical Romance. I didn't know that. Yeah, this is her, if you guys don't know. But yeah, I probably will give this a try later this year, maybe like when I feel like being sad. during the holidays. I don't know. Okay, so that's number 2. This one I'm pretty excited to read, Little Thieves by Margaret Owen. I saw the author and she is just like the sweetest human ever. She said, "To Eliza, choose your own ending." How cute. But I had no idea what this is about. I think book 2 recently came out and that's why she's there signing it. So this actually sounds pretty interesting. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful, kind princess and her wicked maid. One day, the wicked maid stole the princess's face, and with it, her name, her betrothed, everything. The princess had to toil away as a servant while her maid lived like a queen. When the maid was caught, she died for her crimes, and the princess lived happily ever after, or that is how the story has been told. Like, what story has been told? I've never heard this story. Is this something famous? Anyways, now it's time for the wicked maid to tell her side of the story. Crazy. Oh my gosh. And I got some sort of like art print. Oh, I put it all away already. Like when I had these authors sign their books, I always got like the extra little freebies on the side, like bookmarks and like posters and stuff like that. And so I grabbed a bunch of posters and there was one that I just don't know if it matched Little Thieves. And I tried to look it up online to see if this matched the character and I think it is. I don't know, but we'll see. Okay, this one I'm also really excited about. I think I also got it at the Tor book booth. It is a guide to the dark. Basically, the person hyping up this author there at the booth was like, this is basically a sapphic Haunting of Hill House. And oh my gosh, I was like, let me just go buy it. Say no more. I watched The Haunting of Hill House years ago on Netflix and I was haunted forever. Like it was so scary. Bent neck lady haunted my dreams for the longest time. And so I'm excited to read this. I love scary stuff. I love scary movies, creepy movies, whatever, thrillers. I just am a real big chicken and will get scared for weeks, months afterwards. But this one is about 2 best friends. They're going on a college campus tour and something happens. They have to stay at this motel, room number 9. They find out that apparently like 8 people have died here already and they have to figure out like why are these people dying and they have to prevent themselves from being number 9. I don't know, but look at this artwork that came with it. Looks so cool and creepy. But yeah, I can't wait to read this. Oh my gosh, and look at this. I don't often look at the naked hardcovers, but I think I should because when I open this, look at that. Just so beautiful. Yeah, anyways, I'll stop gushing over this. Okay, next one is, let's go with this one. I got Calamity. I don't know what I got it from. I think I got it for free when I bought The Spite House by Johnny Compton. Calamity, they gave me like a free advanced reader's copy and it is the first debut of Bramble, which is like a imprint of some sort of publishing company. I'm not too sure. I'm really bad at like publishing area. Like I'm in medicine. I don't know anything, right? But yeah, it's like the first debut of Bramble. It is equal parts steamy interstellar romance and sci-fi adventure, perfect for the fans of Firefly and Alana Andrews. So it's basically about this person who has a ramshackle spaceship and a misfit crew and a big problem with a sexy new member. I think Bramble is like a mix of genres of like romance and sci-fi fantasy. So I'm really excited to read about this. Sounds a lot like rivals slash enemies to lovers type of thing. And yeah, I'm getting a lot into sci-fi kind of space books, so I can't wait to read this. What else? I got this one, The Last Luminian, from an author that was just like advertising her books and things like that. I don't really know what it's about, but I think it has to do with like gods, galaxies, wars, and stuff like that. I feel like this has a lot of good potential to become something big, especially like since her artwork is so dang amazing. She's like, yeah, you can have some stickers, and I don't want to take them all, but they just look so amazing. Let's see. Most princesses need saving. This one will save you. Bam. Sounds like a badass character. And also, she said she had a map, and I was like, please, I love maps. Even though sometimes I forget to look at them when I read the book, which will definitely help, but this map is so gorgeous. This is Islands of Phi. I don't know if I'm mispronouncing that. But anyways, I may give this a try later this year. And the next one is such an impulse buy. I was like, I am at Comic-Con. I need to buy some sort of graphic novel. And then I saw this signed edition of V.E. Schwabs Extraordinary, a villain story. So, I don't know. Does this have to do with vicious and vengeful? I think so. I don't think it has to do with Darker Shade of Magic. See, I don't know much. It's such an impulse buy, but I figured because I have the E. Schwabs trilogy and then like the duology, I think, the Vengeful Vicious duology, and I do want to read it someday, so if I love it, I'm going to read this afterwards. It is signed by the author too, which is pretty cool. Yeah, so very, very impulse buy. I bought this around the time my sister was buying all these other comics and stuff too, so I was like, I feel left out. Anyways, and the only book that I actually came there to get, dun 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 dun, Pierce Brown's Lightbringer, and we got it like a few days before it actually released, and not that that matters because I'm not even caught up with the series. I read the first trilogy, and afterwards I was like, I'm just gonna wait for all 4 books to come out. Last one being next year. It's called Red God. My gosh. So yeah, I'm waiting for everything to come out before I binge it all, and so because the last book comes out next year, I think in the new year, like starting January, each month I'm going to read 1 book at a time. So starting back at the beginning, Red Rising in January, and then, you know, so on and so forth. But I'm excited to get back into the world. Yeah. Oh my gosh, like he is just such a cool person. Pierce Brown, oh my gosh, so cool. If there's one word to describe him, he's just cool. Like my sister was so nervous because she hasn't read any of his books, and she was basically there to support me, stand in line with me, talk with me, gush with me, and she was so nervous because she was like, he's gonna see right through me that I'm just a fake fan, and he did, but he really made her feel welcome, so that was nice. To Eliza. Makes me so happy. Anyways, okay, so yeah, those are my books that I got at Comic-Con, and being such a book noob at Comic-Con, there's a couple of different things that I would do differently. So I would look ahead and see what panels are going to be there and plan my day accordingly. You really have to get to the line of these panels like at least 30 minutes beforehand, I think, if not more, because some of like the bigger panels that is, you know, like The Last Airbender, those type of things, we were in line like a full-on hour beforehand and still could not get in. So these book panels, I think if I feel like it's going to be very popular, very crowded, I would get in line like half an hour to an hour beforehand. What else? Oh my gosh. And if you really want someone to sign your book, like I know TJ Klune was there, who's really big. There's a lot of authors that I am blanking on right now, but if you want to get specific signings for these like really popular authors, you really have to get there super early when it opens to get like a raffle ticket. It's not something that you have to pay extra for, but it's just like a ticket to be in line. So I would do that. What else? Yeah, we're already planning our next year. I'm definitely making my brother figure out his life and his login so he can come. But honestly, we have like different like interests, so we're all gonna go there together, and we're kind of gonna disperse. So he's gonna look at his like, you know, action figures and comics and stuff. My sister's gonna, I don't know, art. She really loves like the art area. I'll go to my books, and I'm gonna rope my husband along because there's a lot of anime stuff that he would love. So yes, I'm going to be better prepared next year, so we'll see. Okay, so this is my Comic-Con haul. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video with me, and thanks for joining. I will see you next time. Bye.